The poet is a witness, capturing the fleeting moments of life and etching them into eternity through the power of words. You got to take the past and put it away so it won't hurt you no more. The poet is an explorer, venturing into the uncharted territories of the human experience and returning with treasures of insight. If there is a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, you must be the one to write it. Poetry is a rebellion against forgetting, a testament to the power of language to preserve and transform. Poetry is a journey, leading us through landscapes of imagination, emotion, and self-discovery. Poetry is the music of language, weaving rhythms and melodies that resonate within us long after the words have faded. The only way you can be a mark is if you want something from somebody. At some point in life, the world's beauty becomes enough. You don't need to photograph, paint, or even remember it. It is enough. Love is or it ain't. Thin love ain't love at all. In poetry, we find sanctuary, a space where we can confront life's complexities and find clarity and understanding. The function of language is not to inform, but to evoke. We die. That may be the meaning of life, but we do language. That may be the measure of our lives. The poet is a truth teller, unafraid to confront the harsh realities of life and the raw emotions that lie within us. You can't own a human being. You can't lose what you don't own. The poet is a weaver, intertwining threads of language to create tapestries of meaning and resonance. You are your best thing. Poetry is a form of resistance, challenging the status quo and envisioning new possibilities. A poem can hold the weight of the world in a few carefully chosen words, offering solace and illumination. Poetry breathes life into the ordinary, revealing the extraordinary beauty and meaning hidden in everyday experiences. Poetry is the alchemy that transforms ordinary language into something extraordinary and transcendent. Poetry is a vessel of memory, preserving moments and emotions that would otherwise slip away into oblivion. All of our waste which we dumped on her and which she absorbed, and all of our beauty, which was hers first and which she gave to us. The power of poetry lies in its ability to speak directly to the heart, bypassing the barriers of logic and reason. It's the wanting to know that makes us matter. All water has a perfect memory and is forever trying to get back to where it was. If you want to fly, you have to give up the things that weigh you down. You don't measure love in time, you measure love in transformation. I'm trying to open your eyes to my grief. I'm not doing that for joy. Poetry is a dance of words, each line and stanza moving in harmony to create a symphony of emotions. A poem can be a mirror, reflecting our own joys, sorrows, hopes, and fears, reminding us of our shared existence. She had nothing to fall back on, not maleness, not whiteness, not ladyhood, not anything. In poetry, words become brushstrokes, painting vivid images and emotions on the canvas of the reader's mind. She had no scars, none. The scratches on her arms had long since disappeared. If you surrendered to the air, you could write it. The poet is a seer, revealing hidden truths and giving voice to the silent echoes of our shared humanity. I'm a believer in the power of knowledge and the ferocity of beauty. So from my point of view, your life is already artful. I tell my students, when you get these jobs that you have been so brilliantly trained for, just remember that your real job is that if you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. Don't ever think I fell for you, or fell over you. I didn't fall in love. I rose in it. I'm interested in what motivates you and how you understand and justify what you do. We mistook violence for passion, indolence for leisure, and thought recklessness was freedom. The poet is an architect of language, constructing intricate worlds with words as their building blocks. A writer's life and work are not a gift to mankind. They are its necessity. She is a friend of my mind. She gather me, man. The pieces I am, she gather them and give them back to me in all the right order. Poetry is an act of empathy, inviting us to step into the shoes of others and see the world through their eyes. In this place we flesh, flesh that weeps, laughs, flesh that dances on bare feet in grass. Love is divine only and difficult always. If you think it is easy, you are a fool. In poetry, we encounter the sublime, the ineffable beauty and awe-inspiring power that transcends our everyday existence. Love is never any better than the lover. Poetry is a form of rebellion, defying the limitations of conventional language and expressing the ineffable. Through poetry, we can explore the depths of our souls and connect with the universal truths that bind us all. The very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. The poet is a sculptor of language, shaping words and phrases to create sculptures that evoke thought and emotion. The poet is an observer, attuned to the subtleties of the world, capturing moments of beauty that others might overlook. If a person, paper, or incident is shown to be racist in a critique, the critic is saying that the work or the person is limited by the author's prejudices. In poetry, silence can speak volumes, and the spaces between words hold profound significance. Make a difference about something other than yourselves. The function of freedom is to free someone else. There is really nothing more to say except why. But since why is difficult to handle, one must take refuge in how. Freeing yourself was one thing. Claiming ownership of that freed self was another. The presence of evil was something to be first recognized, then dealt with, survived, outwitted, triumphed over. Definitions belong to the definers, not the defined. Everything I've ever done in the writing world has been to expand articulation rather than to close it. In poetry, we find refuge from the noise and chaos of the world, entering into a realm of stillness and reflection. Poetry is a sacred act of creation, bringing something new into the world, a gift to be shared and cherished. Something that is loved is never lost. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and leave a comment. Click the subscribe button to get more videos like this one.